maybe a team fluked their way into that spot. No, sir, not here. Two teams that were almost identical with their records. They were +4, they were both 3-1. Now they get to duke it out here and settle once and for all. Who's the better of the two? Who gets G2 in the semis tomorrow? Let's find out.
And who puts themselves in a good position for the rest of the event. We're already seeing a hot start here from OG. Calm strikes first, immediately off the kickoff. OG get going.
Well, it's not quite the same connection that we saw from Calm and Noli in the past. All through the Swiss, they were in sync. This time it's Calm cleaning up a rebound, but he's been the leading scorer. He scored more than his two teammates combined. They have been feeding Calm and continuing to kind of dispel this myth that all he does is demo people. He has been the key to the offense, and JNaps has been outstanding defensively. He's made his impact through OG's run here. Interesting though, Daz, that OG technically seeded, or rather power ranked lower than they were in the first half, where they had a lot more questions in the first half of the season than now, having come off a land-making performance.
Yeah, very, very interesting here, but you know what? People have their opinions. We have them, the players have them, but OG's letting it all out on the field. Calm with the second goal, back-to-back for OG.
Yeah, power rank this. We haven't seen this side of Calm in a long time. Granted, yes, it's an open net, but he's converting more than ever. This is a Calm that I think if version 1 had this Calm, they'd have won even more, and they wouldn't have had to go to overtime, you know, 80% of the games. Oh, LJ lining one up himself, and he does it with Calm waiting for him on the back wall. LJ gets SSG back in it.
LJ's a bad man, and if he gets going, it puts this series in a disarray. He's a huge X factor on the field. OG have to watch out for LJ. If he gets a lot of room, he gets confident going, they're gonna be in a world of trouble. Right now, they still maintain a 1-goal lead.
I'm trying to create all on his own, and he got that real close to a scoring position. JNaps couldn't get this to a teammate though, and Hoxer's outlet is intercepted. Calm is there as well. Noli can get up for this with minimal boost. That forces JNaps into action. One more touch needed, but it got away from him, and Hoxer will clear it away.
Oh, and OG's trying to pull SSG out there. Calm had enough boost to try to make a play. Instead, opt to go back, let Noli take it, and now you see OG starting to play this one in transition. We got in the first goal from SSG, score on a great play from LJ, but if the defense is set from OG, how is Spacestation Gaming going to get past it?
All right, now it's Hoxer trying to set up Chicago. Chicago putting a lot of eyes on SSG with his move over to the squad this offseason, and Noli will repel this shot. So it's Hoxer again from the skies. Hoxer, slow play, and he left it for LJ, but he couldn't get around on a shot.
Oh, and LJ now, good turn on the ball. Hoxer moving up in front too, trying to see the best place. He's trying to hold this wide. Chicago does want a good 50. Can he get the bump? He was looking for it on Calm, but Hoxer now playing this one into the midfield. Noli will take a piece of it, and SSG have to start from scratch. They're getting a bit creative on the offense. I like that they're looking for each other, and they're trying to disrupt with the physicality, but it hasn't been enough so far this game one.
Oh, JNaps at least stopped that effort, but then nobody else followed up for SSG. Might have been ripe for the taking there. Instead, it's going to be Calm, trying to dance around Hoxer, got around him, but Hoxer did well enough to delay and force him to make a play. That let Chicago make the stop. Hoxer can chase this down now with a full tank. Off the ceiling, Chicago runs under it, and he's past one, but Noli is right there, and the defensive OG puts the clamps down on Space Station.
LJ, though, with some space here in the midfield. Not a lot of boost, so pass the play to 50. Hoxer's there. Good challenge there from Noli to be able to cut things out. I mean, I enjoy them being able to eliminate space here on the side of OG, but they have been cornered into their own half. We haven't seen them on offense for quite some time. Spacestation Gaming has definitely picked up the pace, and they've really won their 50s in the midfield. Deep challenge there for Chicago. He was pretty far out. Noli not going to be able to get the double, and LJ, even though he's got room to work with here, he's got to fight for the ball as Calm was all over it.
Calm grabbed that midfield boost. Oh, Noli and JNaps almost collided there. And a rare miscue for OG, who was working fantastically as a team. LJ now, oh, he had the double lined up, and JNaps, we talked about his defense before. It shines in that occasion, and then his shot almost got through, but blocked at the last moment by Hoxer. And now Calm just catch, control, and we're seeing OG be a lot more patient than I think we expect a lot of North American teams to be.
Oh, yeah, you are seeing that patience, but I am a little concerned because they're giving SSG a lot of room here. 1 minute to go. That 50 is going to get so much time here, at least for OG to get a little bit set up. But JNaps, a big backflip. Hoxer able to take that one, leaves it for LJ. JNaps, though, able to recover, gets a big time save.
Oh, Chicago got that over to Hoxer, who was still upfield. He missed on it, though. LJ needs a challenge. Falls back to Hoxer. He doesn't have anything to work with, though, and LJ demolished, and that should kill the attack, but JNaps whipped on it. It just bounced right over him, and Chicago makes his former teammate pay.
Oh, the demo smoke right in front of his car. JNaps couldn't see a thing, and the ball bounced right past him. And Chicago will secure the tying goal. 30 seconds left. It's anybody's ball game.
Oh, what a way to give up an equalizer after things had worked so well. 25 seconds. Chicago to the backboard. JNaps has this, but it caught too much of the ceiling. Hoxer trying to get a piece of Noli, and LJ can't get around him. So now Chicago, plenty to chase this one down. Opts for the pass. Oh, Hoxer had a sitter, and he just couldn't put the shot away. 4 seconds left. Hoxer can turn on this. JNaps up to meet him. We go to overtime in game one.
Here we go, OT in game one. OG should have had this game in the bag, but all it took was one slight mistake, and Spacestation Gaming start to pounce. Now OG have to force the issue. They were pretty good on the offense at the beginning. Calm looking for the double, does find it. Noli has to be patient here. Chicago was going to get there first, and OG try to start over, but we have to see more offense from them. They kind of let off the gas late in the game. Now they got to get back in the front footing.
Oh, Noli had that picked off his hood by Hoxer. And then Hoxer tried to take out JNaps on his way back, rotating over to the far side. And that might have been just enough disruption, as Calm has to bring that all the way across. Minimal boost to work with. JNaps had that blocked away, but he can take this off the feed from Calm. They'll be looking for boost collectively, will OG. Only Noli has any, as LJ through the air. Noli using that boost just to watch himself get knocked back. So now JNaps will leave it for Calm, but it's well cleared by Chicago. Watch LJ downfield, trying to win this game in the air of both these teams, and Calm will slow it down.
Thompson on the back wall. The teammates are going to let him pick up the boost. Everybody boosted up on the side of OG. Now here comes the transition. Calm, not able to win that 50 against LJ, but Noli free ball. It's a good first touch. Follows it up for the 50. JNaps is trying to get battle here against LJ. LJ plays it over him, but LJ's now out of boost. Does Calm know? He's going to turn on this one, look to control it. Noli gets a demo on the back end, and now Chicago has to try to see if he can buy time. It's these types of plays where you have to watch out. Every minimal mistake here could be a big difference maker. OG still with the majority of possession, though, as OT continues on.
OG had Gen G guessing wrong for the better part of their series yesterday. Certainly for the entirety of the first two games as that pinball's around. And LJ has to kind of slow play this as he couldn't quite get onto that, and back pass to Chicago. A near miss opportunity there for Space Station Gaming. And we haven't seen that connection between Calm and Noli this time around. It really just the assist from Noli where he had the initial shot that Calm cleaned up on the rebound. As Space Station Gaming have battled every step of the way here in game one, and an overtime that threatens to go for quite a while here. When that last opportunity for SSG didn't go, that demo opens up another. Follow-up from Hoxer is just going to go to the backboard, and Calm will call off Noli, but now Noli takes over.
He does, gets past Chicago. JNaps starting no transition. Hoxer sends it across. There was no boost in the corner, so Noli's floating. And Calm is going to opt to go back, pick up the mid. Now he's able to turn on this one after getting a free ball. Can he get a good follow? Does get a flip reset, and he's trying to follow with enough pace to be able to bump the defense, but it didn't work out. Noli, though, catches this one, and he was looking for a bump on Hoxer. They're trying to set up a lane for this shot, but they can't do it. Space Station Gaming's defense is locking it down.
Oh, there's a double commit between LJ and Chicago. LJ kind of a panic turn as that ball was near him, and it could be costly. It sure is. That double commit allows JNaps to score the overtime winner.
You see Khan just playing this as high as possible off the ceiling, gives JNaps just a small way, but he was tracking it the entire time. OG, they may have let the beginning of or the end of the game slip away from them, but they battle it back and take game one in OT.
On the scoreboard, though, evenly matched. Two teams that were both +4. They qualified in the 4th round. Oh, by the way, shots were equal, even with the overtime, 7 apiece. It ends in overtime with the game winner from JNaps. What will game 2 hold for us here as Naps tries to take over, and that's a good stop by LJ. And who's up for this? It is Hoxer. LJ trying to clip Noli on the way through. He's got to race back now as Calm's in the air, and the flip reset denied by Hoxer.
Great challenge there from Noli. LJ's getting a little bit of room. JNaps forcing him up the wall. LJ trying to play it off the ceiling. Calm though, good speed. He gets there first. Chicago a little awkward. Plays it towards the sidewall, is able to recover and win the 50. Spacestation Gaming have good ideas upfield, but they're moving a little too slow. OG have been able to catch them and cut them off, forcing them back.
Well, LJ ran out of boost. Of course, OG didn't know that, but his teammates did. Now Chicago, second touch towards the net. Oh, LJ kind of went a little too far towards the middle and couldn't react in time to put the rebound through. Oh, Chicago just about finished it as well.
Still trying to hold on to this one too. Big stops here on the side of OG, but they're able to relieve the pressure. Now it's up to Space Station. You see Oxford getting these bumps off Calm. Calm says, get out of the way. Noli looking for a read. He does get that one on target, but LJ passing out. Good pass to Hoxer, good initial touch. Now he's gonna get a 50 against Calm. 3:26 in this one, and you're starting to see SSG really take a good foothold. They've been battling for this possession, and they've been winning it for the most part. They just need to turn it into some shot opportunities. Oh. Post touch out. Oxer sends this one across. Chicago's gonna get it! And Space Station Gaming pick up the first goal. And as you see, we're missing Stack, so you're gonna be here with me for a little bit. Good touch there from Chicago. SSG set the tone here. 3 minutes and 3 seconds now. But we see if they can continue to build up off of this. Already quickly off the kickoff. Demos left and right. LJ, nice touch out. He's been doing phenomenal. He's been on the ball solo. Seeing a little bit more of that is gonna be big. It's Calm, tries to take this one. Looking to send it straight down. It's a good 50 on the side of JNaps. Calm low boost, banks the shot. JNaps gets a good redirect, and we're all tied up here in game 2. Beautiful setup, great knockdown, halfway mark here. And both teams really kind of showing what they can do. Getting more pressure. SSG want to get a quick response. LJ plays this one across, and Chicago looks to pick this one up, and we'll see whether or not SSG can pick this one up. I'm hearing that I've got some help with me. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Oh God, that's a great.
I'm here.
Look,
and so is LJ.
Whoa!
I'm looking. He's missed what, 3? He finally got this one. Yeah, got right through the first defender. Welcome to the lobby, LJ.
God.
Happy to see you here.
He heard you were joining the lobby, Jordan. He had to show up and he had to show out. A brilliant goal there on the side of LJ. Now we've got SSG with the lead. They have been fighting tooth and nail to take this game too.
Yeah, was definitely a shaky start for Space Station. OG playing really well as a unit so far. This is the best Space Station have done on the offense. See how long that holds. With a quick shot and actually bumped 2 off the play. LJ's recovered. Chicago comes out, quick pass, and Hoxer was ready for it on the close angle.
These pass plays between both teams have been really showing what they can do, especially when they have that space in the midfield. That's why the midfield battle's been so important. We're seeing Hoxer get a little bit more comfortable with time, but look at that clearance. Straight to Calm, and Calm tries to push it forward, but SSG privy to it, and they've been making sure to kind of keep this one as close as possible, not giving OG too much room.
Oh.
Chicago, though, picks up his second goal of the game.
I thought Com would get this because he's sitting back, he sees this pass developing, and he just takes a little too long to get going. Com just did not respect Chicago's ability to shoot that ball. You see that pass come up, he's got to get in position. He did not, and basically gave that goal to Chicago.
Another high ball there. You got to watch out too off the kickoffs. They're quick and privy. Try to see if they can set up some of these plays. Now SSG in a good spot. 2-goal lead as we approach the final minute. It's OG that's got to go.
Com is on the ball. JNaps, slight pre-jump back to Nolly. And LJ was already up to meet him. Space Station starting to get privy to what OG are trying to do, moving the ball between each other in the thirds. It's a great success in game one. Not so much here in game number two. Chicago slots another from the same side, this time low.
And this again, Hawks are here with the setup too. Force Com to make that touch, gives it straight to Chicago. And he's been shooting phenomenal here. 3, 4, 7. He's been able to put many opportunities on net, and he's got 3 of the 4 SSG goals.
On the Com twice too. Has to feel bad from sitting from that side. First time, maybe understandable, because he might think Chicago's going high on the wall, maybe preparing for that. That second one, they coughed it up. More due to Space Station putting the pressure on, like you were saying. Chicago back over to LJ. And a very clean game from Space Station. LJ actually hitting his touches, being LJ. We're waiting for that. And Chicago slotting it as well. Hawkser was my big question mark, Daz. Like, headed into this entire Space Station series, but he slotted in quite well here in game two.
Oh, but JNaps gets one. And I agree with you on the statement, but I got to talk about Naps here. Look at this. Gets the touch off the ceiling, tracks it the entire way, and that secondary shot, the defense just was not ready for it. They're going to need some work here. 20 seconds left. They have to have a good kickoff.
That was a nasty shot for sure. Fake kickoff from OG, but it splits, and Com's got to try from his own back wall with little support. Double demo happening between Hawkser and Nolly. Space Station will hold here as Chicago slots in a couple of goals. A hat trick, actually. A little more than a couple. And Space Station quite alive in this series against OG.
Yes. Oh! Not with that one for the road. Nat's
What's up,
got a hat
Hashtag?
trick as well. Let's take one more look. Great shot. Beautiful redirect. Chicago got a little bit of an assist there as well. Space Station Gaming ultimately will take game two. And we got a tied up series here.
We do have a tied up and off.
But we'll have to see as both these teams continue to clash heads. Game 3. Series is up to anybody at this point. We're tied 1-1 apiece.
When you talk about Chicago getting involved in the offense, I think the most important thing that does is it relieves the pressure on Hawkser.
Yeah.
Hawkser, we've seen him take over a lobby in the past. Again, the Space Station struggles when nobody is executing. It's hard to get that going. So if you can get Hawkser feeling more comfortable, that puts Space Station in a dangerous position. And tell me, Daz, how comfortable is he?
He's looking very comfortable. He's looking like, look at this. Look at that first touch. Gets the pop and then gets the follow perfectly. Activates the dodge in order to get the double. Hawkser, what a goal.
I mean, that skipped so far laterally to him. And even with the flip, you're thinking, oh, he's still going to have to stretch to make that work. But he banged that. Well done, Hawkser. And welcome to the lobby. Now OG are forced into a spot where you haven't really had that same control since game one, really. Hawkser with the full tank here as he leaves the sky. Tried to bump quickly on Com, who avoids him. Trying to give the ball to the offensive output of JNaps, but he's denied by LJ.
Very aggressive here is SSG. Com last back, but not under too much duress. Wait a second, is that it? Oh, bounced off. Hawkser follow. It's in! Hawkser picks up the second goal. Space Station Gaming starting to ramp up.
And you saw the bump attempt from Chicago. It forced Com onto the wall, which is why he wasn't there for that shot. He's completely out of position after that. Space Station warped the rotation. LJ's shot didn't even need to be on target because Hawkser was there to punish all 3 players on Space Station, getting involved on that push, and are able to warp OG and break him.
Oh, and Chicago adding another.
got some heat. 99 kilometers per hour. And this shot is beautiful. On the nose, full speed at it. The Chicago's having himself a nice back 2 games now. He had a hat trick in game 2. He's added a 4th goal to his entire total here in game number 3.
Well done for Chicago. Space Station Gaming as a unit have started to ramp up. We talked about LJ at the beginning, but the way Hoxer and Chicago are playing, this just gives him so much more room and comfortability. Now, you see Hoxer playing this one off the corner. OG, they got to fight back here because they start this series off in complete control. SSG is trying to take it away. Plenty of time left here in game 3, but not the start OG's looking for.
Decent catch from Nolly. He's got a pass. He's going for it. Kong forced it by 2. Now JNaps gets a freebie. He goes for the pass. Kong denied it again. Everybody from Space Station commits. Nolly slaps the ball. Backboard read is his, and Chicago's missed it.
Now crashes. Oh, it's so close. You just feel like OG needed to come away with that one. They had SSG's defense jumping Jorby, but they couldn't convert.
They keep control of the ball, though. It's a good pop. Forces LJ to play the ball high. Nolly gets the boost. Calm on the wing. Beating Hoxer, bumping Hoxer, scoring the goal! OG aren't going so quietly here in game 3.
Took them a little bit of time, but they finally got it through. Look at this bump from Noli, taking Hoxer out the play. Chicago had to jump because he realized Com had the shot lined up. OG racing against the clock to try to tie this game up.
The Space Station just had to relax on that defensive try there. It was 2 shots in a row where no one was expecting the pass when OG had been doing that the entire series in front of the box. And so all 3 committed twice in a row. It's gonna be hard to get control of the ball like that. It's gonna be hard to hold on to your boost like that. But your Space Station, you got a lot of insurance and plenty of time to stabilize. OG are starting to win those touches, and that's Com's MO! If you can't beat them, delete them. Com takes this one, and we're down by 1.
Said toodaloo! Free look after the errant touch from LJ, and Com gets a big payout. He's got 2 goals. OG 1 goal away from being tied up in this game, and there is so much time on the clock for them to do so.
Could be a critical game in this series as well. OG facing some pressure again. LJ, the double, denied, and even if he gets solid contact, Com was there. Now Noli off to the ceiling, trying to play quickly. Still had the flip, but Hoxer was right there underneath him. And LJ will continue downfield for Space Station.
Oh, flip reset went way towards the corner there for LJ. Chicago trying to keep this one in play. And now you're also seeing some of the demos off ball. Nats has to be up quick. Chicago tried to read it, but no one made contact. Free ball here for Com. Noli gonna take that side boost so he can stay in the play. He was a little low. And the 50 is going towards him. JNap's waiting for an opportunity to get involved. He's gonna have to slow down Hoxer. Demo again on the play here, and LJ has it all by himself. But for how long? Gets a beat past 1, but Noli able to get there in time.
Chicago's got to wait for JNaps here. Actually lost control of the ball there. The soft touch to LJ helps break them out. Oh, now LJ in the air, but can't quite get there. Still a chance for Space Station to hold. Hoxer does his job. LJ sitting on the left side. Chicago with a full tank of boost as well. And they're warping the pitch again, getting some bumps, but Hoxer with no boost has to buy time as LJ got demoed on the play. Space Station are forced to the corners.
Well, good from Noli playing the low 50. Worked out, but couldn't get the pass across the Com. Com was sitting low boost as well. Hoxer trying to see if he can set up a play. Chicago, he wanted the shot chance, but you have to respect JNaps being there for the clear. And this one is starting to come to with some very ambitious plays on both sides. As, again, more space here and opportunities. A lot of people playing last back by themselves, trying to buy time for their teammates as the passing upfield is becoming very deep. Chicago now trying to see if he can set something up, and Noli knocks it away. We're hitting that final 30 seconds. The pace is starting to ramp up. JNap's shot is blocked away. Noli with the follow, not going to be able to make contact, and OG got to let it go.
Oh, Com. Tough place to be. LJ kept the touch close, and he couldn't really go out and get it. It was at an awkward angle. Space Station breakout of starting to look like a prime OG opportunity. Com's got all the midfield boost spawns. That's nice. Now he can push it across. Beats LJ to the play. Got another touch past Chicago. JNap's dropped to Noli, and it's denied. LJ on top of it. Just one pass too many. And that may do it here at the end. 0-second drill for OG will not happen. Space Station take the lead in the series.
they had to fight for it as OG tried to strike back. Spacestation Gaming with that strong 3-goal start.
We'll see how OG adjusts to that. You said they're great on the comeback, for sure. That's 2 games in a row now they've gotten caught like that.
You're right. And then maybe, again, a little bit more of the individual plays to be able to set things up. If you start relying on the pass game, you start to become predictable. You can't be predictable against the Spacestation Gaming squad. You got to keep them on their toes.
JNaps straight up bullies LJ off the kickoff and off the ball. And now he'll take control, meeting Chicago. His old teammate. LJ will knock the ball back downfield. It's so impressive to me still that Chicago and JNaps still hanging around, competing at a high level. And watch them play against each other here. 2 teams vying for major position. Spacestation all important. Again, with Luminosity out of the top 8, they got a huge chance to extend their points and get down to 5 points behind OG if they win here. Chicago really trying to force that back to LJ, and that's what I'm talking about with LJ. Those chances that he usually scores, he misses.
And that one could have been a first goal of the game on the side of SSG. But now they've got to rotate out, play. Wait, no, they're actually trying to keep this one in. This is consistent offensive pressure from Spacestation Gaming. We haven't really seen them with this much possession over the course of the series, just keeping OG stuck in their half as much. A little bit of a breakout, and look at that. LJ so quick to the ball to knock it back in.
But it's Hoxer's touch, too. I mean, OG were ready to play that touch, but then Hoxer played it behind him, giving LJ a chance at it. Every touch going their way, man. Oh, no.
I got the
Never
best
mind.
clear. You see, you got
Straight
a bad habit at that.
That's bad.
Let's see what OG can do. They've been struggling here. No shots so far in this game, but also not really any much possession outside of their own half. They've been struggling. Spacestation Gaming have really just increased up the pressure. Anytime they get past the midfield line, someone knocks it all the way back in.
You know, that being said, Spacestation have only generated 2 shots on net. That one's not going to count, as Nolly met him at the origin point. OG have been able to handle business on defense. Comes down to holding on, like you said, not just the midfield, but actually applying pressure. They're scooping the ball away, but those follow-ups, they're forced to respond to Spacestation. You're not going to find much offensive success that way, as they still try to find a way out.
Chicago trying to get a turn there, able to knock it to the side. LJ's going to pick up the mid boost. JNaps, big clear, but look, LJ again, big cutoff. Now Calm on top of the ball, has no lead, waiting on the wing, but Chicago will get there first. Good little pop-up, and Hoxer really quick to try to force this one down to the other side of the field. SSG, though, a little awkward on the press, and now they've got to fight for possession once again. A little bit of a breakaway. Can Kyle get the redirect? Oh, he couldn't. It was just too high.
Ripped it too high. LJ's playing with a little bit of anxiety moving down the field, because you saw him like kind of boost into the play earlier, and that ended up putting him in a spot where his teammate's not expecting him to be. They end up double committing. They've got control. It's just the little things there that open up space for Calm on that redirect. And he missed that one, but would he miss the next one?
LJ gets blocked out. See Calm getting that follow-up. Nice light touch. JNaps low. And Hoxer able to get a piece of that one. Now Hoxer again, flick over. SSG trying to get out of their own half. Nolly puts his midfield, but there's no one there for OG. And now you're starting to see that little pre-jump for Calm. He's trying to cut off the play. He saw it developing. Chicago sets it up, but Nolly able to knock it back out. Hoxer leaves that one. Good redirect there from LJ, but thankfully for OG, Calm was back on defense.
I think Calm's having a good game for, you talked about that pre-jump, that forced Spacestation out to the corner, made it so much easier for JNaps and Nolly to read. Not bad, but again, all the defense is great, but as we know with Cloud9, defense only gets you so far. OG's still struggling, despite the boost not really being completely in Spacestation's favor, to get control of the ball. Nice job sticking underneath Hoxer there. And a demo to give some space. He goes for the hard pass to Calm instead, with LJ sitting back a bit. But again, LJ stuffs him. Great catch.
Great catch. OG now trying to start to see if they can get some passes in transition. Ooh, a little awkward there, and will be sent over to the side. But still more pressure. That's a high ball, and Nap's able to get there. SSG, they want to be able to end this one in regulation, but OG has not given them the chance.
They have not, despite now 5 shots on net, maybe a 6th coming. As Hoxer wins another touch, puts it in front.
No way!
Lands on the ball, boostless, useless. 1-0 for Spacestation. They couldn't get out.
They couldn't get out, and unfortunately for Cobb, that touch went everywhere he didn't want it to go. Right in the net. SSG, the pressure pays off, and they just got to hold on for the next 30 seconds.
OG have been trying everything to work by this team. A hard touch again from Noli. And LJ doesn't have to do much work to play that. JNaps tries with the short hop air dribble, forces the 50 off one. No bump on the second. Chicago gets the 50 and they've missed the ball. Cobb coming forward, reading LJ's touch, but can they actually get down the field? It may take a 0-second try. Here's Noli up high. Chicago with 56. Feathers and drops it down. Space Station 1 game away from their first top 4.
One game away, but it's the way that this one has been going. This one comes off the sheet. And when you have that level of comfortability on the ball, it makes it very hard to guard defensively. They've been getting a lot of big wins there in the midfield, and they've been utilizing it. Even here off the start, Hawks are good control. See, he plays it low, gets a pass one, now boom, Chicago pass two. It just, it works for them. They're able to just take their time, and when they do take their time, they're able to outthink OG every single time. It's going to be up to OG to force them to be in uncomfortable situations.
Hoxer was the player that I was keeping a close eye on coming into this series. And, well, he has certainly widened my eyes a little bit, and he's found a little bit of his previous season self in this lobby. Oh, no way, that's twice. Oh, dude, calm. I'm not going to lie to you, Dad. I'd be so tilted if I were calm right now. How many times has happened to you? It bumps, and the balls just hit right into you, dude.
Right into you. LJ comes to clean it up again. Even after the timeout, mistakes still on the side of OG Esports. This time, though, backs are against the wall. They are at risk of losing this series in 5. They got to get it going. Tom there with a good demo, and see that light touch out. Can OG start to make the press? Can they win the midfield here?
And Space Station in position in the major and the world championship race to get a little closer to OG. This is a very important game for them. You don't want OG to stick around in this series. You'd love to shore it up and, well, connect on your date with G2 tomorrow. But you gotta get through the next 4 minutes here. Done well enough so far. Ball's over Noli's head. LJ denied by Calm as it's pushed back to the left side.
See SSG trying to set something up here. LJ, look at the space. Able to give it to Hoxer. He was trying to play a little double off the back wall. Was clearly cleared out. SSG still up by 1. 3:30 on the clock. Is LJ not the best touch? He's got to go back. JNaps may have a shot here. Hoxer, great block out from Hoxer. Was a dangerous chance there, but SSG able to get out.
No touch from Hoxer. JNaps feeling Chicago pressing, just lets him come forward. Space Station are still finding a way back to this ball into the corner. Now Hoxer gets a free touch, goes for the reset, and Noli stretches for another save. Still the same story of the last few games in the opening 2 minutes. They break through. JNaps, low boosts. Chicago, low, and Noli cut off the high angle, but they're not getting possession. They're getting dusted on the counter. Nobody back for OG. Chicago picks up another goal.
Chicago tries to play the 50 just straight towards Hoxer. He ends up picking up the boost, and Hoxer sends the ball right back to him. Great redirect, great 1-2 play. Hoxer's assisted every single goal. Space Station Gaming now still in control. They started this series off a little loose, but ever since then, they've had a firm grip on the series.
Saturday has been a day of domination with all of the quarterfinals not being close at all. Maybe you could argue Snowmen Cloud9 in game number 1 was close. The score was close, but looking at the pitch, Snowmen were the clear favorite with how they were playing. Everyone else, it has been multi-goals. Gen G short up on Rebellion. Space Station, they dropped the game at the start, but since then it's been easy rolling here in the shop.
And people said, what do you see from SSG that has you so confident? I think it's this. The way that everybody is able to get involved, and like you said, execute on the offense, find each other. This is what people expected out of Space Station Gaming. But wait a second, Naps able to knock one in. We've seen what happens when OG starts to get good things going late.
Well, LJ hurrying up And I think, again, kind of looking at the ball and the first attacker, not expecting his teammate to come in and dive the angle on the 50. Really rushed into it like he was going to attack that ball. And that 50 puts him out of position. Instead, you give OG an inch. They'll shove a wrench in there and rip it wide open. It's a heavy touch from LJ. Back to it. Where's the way out for Calm? Chicago's cutting off the passing lane. He tried to play it tight, and LJ takes it away from him. Space Station take control again. Hoxer. Strong touch. Chicago wisely hearing Noli jump and will wait for the back pass to LJ. Nice.
It'll be interesting to see how Space Station Gaming decide to approach these final few minutes. Light touch there, shot. No, it's off the crossbar. Khan will turn around, follow up. JNet, I gotta redirect it, pulled out too. Everyone low on boost on Space Station. Noli though, that ball is too far out. Now he's gonna use all his boost to keep it in play. Chicago's been able to pick up pads. He's gonna get to this one quickly. JNet, speed test, it's high again. OG, that would seem like their best chance all game long. Now it's going the other way. We're approaching the final minute. They gotta do something here, Jorby.
Yeah, the executive dysfunction has appeared to have been passed to OG. Space Station picked them off again! Chicago, the thief, takes another goal and adds to his total. He's had about, what, 6-7 goals in this series? That ball comes out for free. Noli sitting on the wall is not gonna be able to chase it down. What a statement here from Space Station. Everyone thought, I even thought, on the desk, I had them winning this series. Yet, I thought it was gonna be close. I did not think it was gonna be this.
This is a fully functional Space Station Gaming. They are in orbit. They're letting you know they're flying high over North America at this time. Top 4 bound. And I mean, you got to give credit to everybody because this has been a full team effort. Again, Chicago with another assist. Hoxer banks his second goal, and he's got 600 points, a couple saves from him too. He's been all over the field, and it's not like he's alone there. Everybody has been putting in work here on SSG.
And this is why the pros who participated in the power rankings all had Space Station in the 3rd spot, except for one player. The results hadn't been there. But they had beaten, other than OG, they had beaten every other team not named G2 and Gen G. And you really thought, these pros play Space Station in scrims all the time. They know them better than anybody else. They've executed here. They've shown some 3rd place potential, or 3rd seed potential, not 3rd place potential, as Com takes this one up. That will be the end of the series. Space Station absolutely whop OG out of the tournament to the semifinal for the first time this season.
Well-deserved win by SS.